And welcome to the Australian team media conference before the first ODI tomorrow. As we have been going, we'll start with questions from people in the room and then head across to the online. If you are online and you do have a question, just give us a thumbs up and we'll call you when it's your turn. Starting off in here.
Mitch, do you have a team for tomorrow yet?
We do,
11?
yeah.
Can you go for it?
Yeah, first test. That's not a good photo either. Head, Warner, Marsh, Green, Inglis, Carey, Stoinis, Abbott, Agar, Hazelwood, Zampa. Hazelwood's about 11. He refused to bat 10, so he's at 11.
It's a tough negotiation.
Did well there.
Your spot in the order, I know you opened in India, was it? Will you be doing that again?
I don't think so. I'm batting down about at 3 tomorrow. There'll be potentially a few moving parts with our squad throughout these 5 games. I'm guessing it'll be the same as South Africa. It's a heavy schedule, building into the World Cup. So we'll have certain guys batting in different areas, but I'll start at 3.
Okay. Last one from me. What is in Temba's case, he was talking about getting the balance right between giving game time and kind of building momentum. What is the plan for Australia with these 5 matches?
First goal is to win the series, that's for sure. And we'll try and pick the best team for the conditions. We've obviously got 2 spinners in here, and hopefully it takes a bit of spin. But first and foremost is winning the series, and we build naturally towards the World Cup.
Mitch, you mentioned now winning the series, but your previous record, you had the last 2 series, 2 whitewashes in a row, going for 8 losses on the trot. So obviously that must have been a bit of a discussion point going into the first ODI.
No, it certainly wasn't. When was the last time we were here?
2020.
20, yeah. So a long time ago. South Africa played very well at home, certainly in this format, and we've come across some big challenges against them playing here. So it's another one this series, but looking forward to the challenge.
And you guys must be happy to have a couple of the big names back for the next 5 games.
Yeah, it's always nice to have the big inclusions. Obviously, we've had a few guys out with injury, and a couple of the senior guys were rested from the T20s, which was vitally important for them, and we look after our players. So it's a big program the next couple of months, and they've all come in really fresh and energised the group. So it's been great.
Mitch, we spoke to Zampa yesterday, and he was complaining about the weather. It's a bit difficult this time. It's caught everyone off guard, the cold. I know last night it was even worse than the previous night. So especially, I think at night, how do you guys see the weather?
Beautiful. Haven't seen a cloud yet. A few of us jumped in the pool this morning. It was about 3 degrees. I'd like it a bit colder actually. So, but there's no doubt it'll be cold at night. So we're going to have to make sure we're nice and warm, and a few hand warmers, and we'll be okay.
And will Captain join you at the end of the series? Not playing, but join you guys?
Pat will be here some stage next week, and he'll link up with the group and continue his rehab with us, and look to play the games in India. So it'll be nice to have him back.
I did have one more. Just, I guess, kind of related but unrelated to the series. We've seen Quinton de Kock's decision to quit ODIs after the World Cup. I was wondering, from your perspective, looking at schedules and so on, and what are the challenges that you're finding, given the way the calendar is set up these days, in terms of being able to still play across 3 formats?
I look at the first challenge, and it means we don't have to bowl to him anymore in one-day cricket. So after the World Cup, that'll be a nice change. There's no doubt that the landscape of cricket's changing, and there's a lot of T20 formats. But I can only speak on, for me, playing for my country's been an unbelievable joy and given me great pride. So I'll focus on that for as long as I possibly can. And there's no doubt that players throughout world cricket will have decisions to make over the next few years. But I think international cricket's still the pinnacle.
Thanks, guys. We might go to the guys online now. If you've got a question, flick your hand up and we'll go through one by one. Telford.
Thank you. Mitchell, I realise this is obviously a new series in a different format, but you know we can't simply ignore what's happened in the T20 series. How much of that success do you think you can take into this one-day series?
Yeah, it was obviously a really pleasing week for us as a team and as a pretty young team to play the way we did. You know, South Africa are welcoming back a lot of experienced players now, so it'll be a different challenge for us. And like I said earlier, they play very well at home, so I think it's going to be two really good teams going at it. And you know, our sort of mentality won't change. Hopefully, we play a nice attacking brand of cricket, and I'm sure they will too. So it'll be a great series.
Thanks, Telford. Firdaus?
Hi, Mitch. Temba spoke a little bit earlier about kind of the dimensions at Bloemfontein, which is the biggest outfield in South Africa, and how he doesn't really think that'll make any difference in terms of World Cup prep. Just in terms of other conditions, including dimensions, pitches, whatever, do you feel like this type of series will give you anything similar to what you may face there, or what can you take from this?
I guess I haven't played this ground a lot, so I mean, the wicket looks pretty flat. Generally speaking, in India, the wickets will be very flat. They may take some turn towards the back end of the series, but and if this is the biggest ground in South Africa, it could be high scoring because I'm pretty sure it's only about 60 metres to the square boundary. So pretty similar to India. There are a lot of small grounds there. I think it's, you know, the conditions will change and the conditions change all over the world, but we'll focus on the way we want to play and how we go about it, and judge ourselves off that.
Mark Gleeson?
Hi, can I ask you, you mentioned you're going to play 3-2 tomorrow, but will you get a chance to bat at the top of the order? And what other stuff are you doing specifically in this 5-match series that is aimed specifically at World Cup preparation?
Yeah, look, I'm not really sure. Like the batting orders past this game, I think it's really important that we focus on this one and try and win the first game in a 5-match series. It's really important. I mean, we're just building towards the World Cup. Like I said, it's really important that we try and win this series first, and that's number one on the agenda. You know, there'll be certain guys that get game time into them. Yeah, bit of opportunity for guys, and hopefully we'll play some good cricket.